Welcome to this edition of collecting small diecast Land Rovers, and I hope we find you all well. Here in the UK it is a bank holiday weekend. We call it the Easter weekend, and we get a couple of extra days off to do all the things that you like to get done, and hopefully squeeze in a bit of time for your modelling. So what have we got for you this week? So we have for you two models that we've been waiting for the postman to deliver, and he has duly obliged. So I'll get set up with the first one and we'll take a look, and I think that's going to be the red fire engine. A couple of weeks ago we were looking at all the models that Oxford had produced of these forward control fire vehicles, and we had one missing, and I was searching the internet and I managed to find one and get it posted. Unfortunately, this one's got the dreaded sticky label gum on the perspex cover, which we'll have to find something to remove that. It's an ongoing problem, especially if they've sat on the shelf for a while. But let's get on with this one, and first off we'll look at the paperwork. The code is 76 LRC 003. It's a forward control FT6 Carmichael, and it's in the Forth Road Bridge livery. Now the Forth Road Bridge is a massive structure that spans the Firth of Forth up in Scotland. Quite a substantial body of water is the Firth of Forth, and they built a bridge across it, and this vehicle was there to protect any incidents that happened on it. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in a bit for you, and you can see the printing on the vehicle. There we are. The printing's particularly well done on the side with the wording the Forth Road Bridge. How many vehicles they had stationed there, I am not quite sure. This vehicle seems to have a slightly shorter ladder on the roof of it, no blue lights, and it's pretty much the same as the previous ones we were looking at in this series. Some of them had unpainted here, it was body colour. Quite a few of them had it picked out in silver, which personally does make it look a lot better. Just trying not to shake too much for you. I'm sure you can make out the number plate there. Front end standard as on all the others. So it's been a while since they've released any new ones in this series. Whether there's other liveries to be had, I'm not quite sure, but this one coming in at number 3, and there are 6 to collect. The last one being the bright yellow one. So I'll put at the bottom a link or a description to which video we featured these in, so that if you're interested in looking at the previous ones, you can find it in the playlist on the YouTube site that I have for these. Just plain at the back, roller shutters, just plainly painted. So quite nice. Whether these went on to do anything else after the finished service, I think a lot of them found their way into hands of collectors, and there seems to be a few turn up at Land Rover meets, for historic Land Rovers products, and you often see some of these turning up, and the owners really do look after them, and it's nice to see that somebody cares to preserve them. because it'd be a shame if they all ended up in the scrapyard. Right, so that's the forward control Land Rover in Fire Brigade colours. Right, let's move on to the next one. Next up we have this forward control Land Rover, which we've been waiting for some time. It was announced, but seemed to get delayed with the COVID pandemic that was going around, so it took some time for this one to come out, but it came out a couple of weeks ago. It just took me a bit of time to track one down and get it delivered. So we'll give you the details. So it's code 76 LRFCS003, and its description is the Land Rover 4th Armoured Brigade operation, and it's Operation Granby, if I remember correctly. Right, we'll get it unboxed for you so you can have a closer look. So just to mention that in the coding, where it says LRFC, that's Land Rover Forward Control, the S indicates it's a signals regiment. So this was used for communications. They do an ambulance and they do a general service one, which have slightly different bodies. But just so you know. Right, let's get a closer look at her. Right, we'll zoom in and save you the old shaking hands. There we are. On this one, the base, the pieces that hold the model secure are in a rather brightish yellowy green colour. On the other models, I think they're in black, and I think they look better for it. Obviously, there's been a reason they've chosen that, but it doesn't detract from the model too much. Unmarked, not a lot of markings on this one, so you can see all the body lines. The windows depicted nicely, the doors on the side. We'll come around to the front. They all feature the shovel and the equipment strapped to the top of the front there. Nice detailing. The number plate is, let's zoom in for you, 72FL15. Just a word on zooming in, etc. We've just upgraded our telly at home, and we've got a lot bigger telly, and I was just going through one of the past videos so I could remember what I'd said about a previous model, and it's alright looking at these videos that we do on a small screen. I've actually spoke about this before, but you blow it up to say you've got a 42-inch screen or even a lot bigger, and these models are really shown in minute detail. So what looks totally acceptable on a model, when you blow it up to that size, some of the shut lines can look a bit rough, or some of the detail can look a bit. This is really unfair to the model. As I say, I noticed it particular with the new TV. So if you're looking at some of these through your large screen devices, just bear that in mind. Blowing things up can be really, really cruel to the model and show it in a bad light, but when you view them at the actual size, they are really quite acceptable and look good in your collections. Right, coming round front, filler cap there, etc. Ladder on the back. I don't recall seeing the ladder on the previous ones, But what I'll do is I'll put a link to the previous ones we reviewed, so if you want to, you can go back and take a look at them and see what you think. But yeah, just totally no markings on it as such. It's just in a desert camouflage, a desert paint scheme, which we see a lot of these vehicles are done in when they're operating out in warmer climates. Where will they go next with these? I don't know. I don't know if there's any more to bring out. They've fairly balanced it up, if memory serves. I think there's 3 or 4 models of each. This is the 3rd of this one, and I think the others, the general service one's only got about 3, perhaps 4 models in it, and the ambulance one is about the same, so maybe that's where they're intending to stop. There's always a chance they'll bring out more, because at the end of the day they've gone to the trouble of doing the castings, and the setup costs are going to be quite high for these models nowadays. So the more liveries and different versions they can bring out without having to substantially change things is going to offset that initial cost. But yes, another nice one that'll go into the collection, and if you want to get one, then this is what you can expect to have. The only disappointment with this one is I bought it off a third party. It didn't come straight from Oxford, and in the postage the box is cracked. But as you'll have seen, we've damaged quite a few boxes in the course of these videos, so I'm not too worried. It's the models I'm after. I don't particularly do packaging in a big way. If there's anything substantially different, I'll just give you the heads up, but it's the models. So very nice. We'll just set up for the end shot, and back with you in a sec. So we're about up to date with the models that we've been waiting for from Oxford to come out. There are some announced for later on in the year. The Discoveries, the Discovery 1, which we're really waiting for in particular. But there's nothing that jumps out in the short term. Sometimes they'll just bring out a model they haven't announced and surprise us all, so it's sort of fingers crossed. By the time you get to see this video, we'll probably have released a couple of episodes of the Range Rover from Oxford Diecast in 176. We're not going to do them all as a big drop in consecutive weeks. We'll drop one in every so often, so those will be coming on. So I'm not quite sure when you're going to see this one, but it won't be in the too distant future. And we'll see what Oxford bring out that we can bring you. I've got a few penciled in to do, so they should see us over this quiet period, as it were. But we've also got some Carrama 143s that we're going to be looking at. There's quite a few of them, so there's plenty to go at. So hope we've stimulated your interest this week, and we'll see you again in the next video. So stay safe and happy collecting.